It's now time to hear from our guest of honor, who was the Vice President of the Republic of Gambia, part of the coalition that removed the authoritarian regime for 22 years in the country. Before she was appointed Vice President, she served as Minister of Trade, Regional Integration and Employment, and as Minister of Health and Social Welfare. Before her current political engagements, our guest of honor founded a feminist organization, the Gambia Committee on Traditional Practices Affecting the Health of Women and Children, GAMCOTRAP. I love the acronym. A leading women's rights organization in the fight against FGM, GBV, and promoting the effective participation of women in politics, and served as an executive director. Students, I'll come and test you on what FGM and GBV means, so get ready, all right? She holds a PhD in development studies with emphasis on gender and development, and from the Institute of Development Studies at the University of Sussex, United Kingdom. Let's welcome our guest of honor, Her Excellency, Dr. Isatou Touray.
Thank you very much, Mr. Facilitator. The Africa West Area Presidency, Team Larry S. Kacha, Hugo E. Martinez, and Joe Klebinat, the Fraternity of the Strengthening Families Conference, Strengthening the Rising Generation team, all other protocols respectfully observed, ladies and gentlemen. I am very pleased to be here today and be honored to speak to you on this very auspicious occasion that has brought in people of different faith, people of different backgrounds, people of different orientations, to come and talk about something that is very fundamental, that cuts across the world and human existence, and that is about the family. I think there is nothing more real, more spiritual, much greater than the issue of the family, because we are all progenies of families. We are coming from different family backgrounds. That shows the importance of human existence and the importance of family from time immemorial. And it will be so till the end of the world. Only the Lord Almighty and all those who have come before knows when it will end, but the family is a reality. The family is a unit that we will live with, and therefore is very important. I had the opportunity of meeting Larry S. Kacha and his team in the Gambia. Then I was the Vice President of the Republic of the Gambia. Little did I know that I was going to be here to stand before this great congregation that talks about one of the most fundamental issues that the world should focus on, that is the family. We had good conversations, and I was impressed. The Gambia is 95% Muslims, and we have 10% Christians. But we coexist, we live together, and we intermarry. We are related, and therefore, families are realities, irrespective of what type of nomenclature that family has. The issues today that I have seen, just a tip of it. When I came in, I was introduced to look at the platforms, the exhibitions, and I have seen what they have been doing to bring the family. But one thing I wanted to talk here today is to reflect on the nature of the family now. In this generation, and what we have seen, and the manifestations and the idiosyncrasies of these families as we move forward. Africa has a very important demographic dividend, that is the young people. At least in every country you look at in Africa, at least Almost 60% of the population are young, and they are all emerging from families. But the fundamental question I want us to ask ourselves is, how are families faring today? What are the issues of the young people? What are the issues within the family? It is within the family unions that those children are emerging, the youths are coming, both men and women. But what are the things that are affecting them to the point that the families are disintegrating? We have seen the nature of the family taking on a turn that requires going back to look at ourselves, to look at our family religions. What I know of all religions, I know the family is the unit that is very fundamental in the existence of humanity, and the family is what builds up the values, and the family that gives the courage, and is the family that shapes the society. So therefore, it is important that we give it focus, we give it importance. We have seen marriages breaking. We have seen children there is desperation among the families, and children take the back way to go away because there is no hope. We have seen children going to school, they come back, the mom and daddy are not there, what next? And at that critical stage of their lives and their age, there needs to be someone or people to bring them together so that we build the type of society we want for the future. It's very key. So today, I am inspired by what I saw and the type of initiatives that are being taken to bring back the family and look at the family as a spiritual unit, a unit for humanity, a unit for support, and a unit for shaping the future direction of our continent and the world over, irrespective of where you are. I was impressed when I heard the facilitator say that we give equal opportunities to both men and women. The Lord Almighty created both men and women, and they live together, and they all have a role to play, and therefore, recognizing each other's role and giving each other the opportunity and the platform to engage is very key. Most of what happens between men and women is as a result of the social construction of gender. But right from the word, spiritually, the Lord Almighty has given both men and women equal opportunities to be able to self-actualize in what they are doing. And that gives my heart to this institution of the later people of the later saints in the work that they are doing. And I want to associate myself with this. I also want to tell you that there are quite a lot of things that we need to do as a congregation, irrespective of what religion you belong, because there are values that are very common in our religions that bring us together as human beings. And those values must be respected. When you look at our saints or our prophets, Jesus Christ preceded our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He did a great job, and when our prophet came, he built upon those things, and the world is moving. How do we as human beings work together in bringing all those strands, looking at the existence of humanity, and give humanity the credence and importance it has in order for the world to be a better place? It's a very key issue, and I have seen that here today. I have seen the future of the young people, that not everything is lost. But when you look at our various countries, right from the beginning, sometimes you ask yourself, where are we going? There is no hope. How can we bring hope back to the eyes and to our children? I think these are the types of initiatives that I want to associate myself after having gone into political office or in governance. Working with young people for many, many years, I have been engaged in grassroots activism. And when the change was necessary, it was that pool that was used to effect the change in a non-violent way. So therefore, the young people, the families have a role to play, and it is how you shape them, how you educate them, how you expose them, and how we bring them up is going to determine the type of future that we are going to inherit or leave them to inherit, and we have a role to play. As parents, what do? Let us go back to the rubrics of society. Let's live with our kids. Let's talk to them. Let's engage them. Let's listen to them. when you talk about principles of human rights, apart from the right to express oneself, there is a principle that says participation. The young children, men and women, young and old, have a right to participate, and we must create that enabling environment for those rights to be exercised. Let's communicate, let us build their skills. I have looked at the films, and they all have a lesson for us to learn from the economic dimension to the spiritual dimension to self-actualization and to belong to a family where you feel. I want to give you a story. Just before I came last week, I got a girl, a lady, when I finished my tour of office as vice president. There was a lady who would come to me on a daily basis. She has fits. And that lady, because I met her once, she was so attached to me. And when she came to find out where I was, they said, "You cannot come here, please go." And I said, "No, she has to come." She used to meet me in my office when I was with the grassroots. Now she's found me, please let her come. I realized that she had fits. You have the father there, you have the mother, you have the family. When I met them, they said, "Well, we cannot take her because, we cannot manage her." And when I sat down to discuss with my husband, I told my husband, "Look, this is already a catch-22. I cannot leave this woman to go out. She's vulnerable. She could be faced with this thing. And because she has fits, let's try and get her something to move forward with her health." And I did that. I am sharing this because I want you to learn a lesson on that. When she came, they thought she was like a mad woman because she had nobody who was going to care. And you have very close family ties there who are well. Listen, I took her up. And after 6 months, they were telling me she's not well. I did not see any of that type, although I know that she has fits, and we have been giving her the type of drugs that she needed. We were feeding her. We gave her to stay with my children in the same house, and she would get up, sit in one corner, and we were just giving her the chance to recover from the shock of the rejection of her family. And I saw the best in her last week when I moved out of the residence of the vice presidency and I went to my residence. And this lady came and told me, "Look," I said, "Do you want to go back to your family?" I called the family and they said, No, this is yours." I said, "Okay." I took her back. And a week after I moved, she came and told me, "Please, I want to be responsible for sweeping the compound. I want to be responsible for filling the buckets because water does not come. And I want to help you make sure that whoever comes, I will tell the person that you are in or you are out." And my tears came out. The humanity in her, the usefulness in her, and the fact that she has recovered from that threatening stage of the disease, because when they fall in fits, there are myths surrounding it, and the whole family disowned her virtually. And today, that's the person who is there playing and facilitating a role that I never expected her to do because of the box that they placed her on. So the importance of family, I'm telling you, when she came to my family and we gave her all that care and love, you could see a transformed person. So everything, the importance of the family cannot be overemphasized. It is important that we go back, we try to rebuild the family. Of course, the family cannot be the same. It cannot be the type of family when the family is becoming nucleated because of the circumstances, the technology, and all these things. But that humanity and love, care, and the type of support we need to give as a family is very fundamental in building the young generation. Whatever happens, we should try as much as possible and work. And I am ready to support this initiative. I'm coming from the Gambia. There is a lot of work. I've worked with the grassroots. I've worked with a lot of organizations, and I have helped to build up movements. I will do my best. I'm happy to be here with my colleague, Minister of Basic Education. He's also a grassroots activist, and who has also been working. And we've worked in very difficult contexts and circumstances where education for girls are not taken seriously, and where we were able to transform a lot. Female genital mutilation is a practice that we do, and children suffer the effects of it, even by missing school, not even getting the opportunity, particularly the girl child. Boys are also vulnerable to so many things. I think it is our responsibility, irrespective whether they are males or females. whether they are coming from the urban or rural, whether they are disability or so, for us to see how best we can offer what opportunities that we have and the chances that are available to make the world a better place by building and protecting and working with our children, work with the young and the youth, and work within the family context to be able to move and to address some of the serious things that are emerging in marital relationships right now. Because if the relationships do not go in the right direction, surely the family will not find a good footing. And this is what I want to say. Thank you very much for giving me the chance. I am very grateful, and I am here to say thank you to all of you for giving me. This is my first outing since I stepped down from office, and I am very proud to be here, and I am ready to come up with a project also to do something that is going to advance humanity and to move working within the framework of different religions. Thank you very much.